Hi, I'm Jackie Rabbit. You know me. So I want to tell you a little something and give you some updates. I had some really unique experiences the other day, and they are new to me and exciting at the same time, so I want to share them with you. Also, I'll share a little update about things that are going on at the very end. And as always, if you stick all the way to the end credits, I'll do something goofy. Just 'cause. Anyway, let's go check this out. Remember, give me a thumbs up. Like the video. 71% of you are not subscribed and you're watching me because you hunt me down or wait for it to get into your feed. Don't do that. Go subscribe and click the bell so you get the little alerts when I post a new video. Here we go. Here's something that happened that is really new in my world, but I really love it. And it's something that I'm really looking forward to having more of, even though it's different. Here we go. Check it out. Hey, so something happened that was really kind of new, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But today, I'm here at this vineyard. My friends wanted to go wine tasting and play bocce ball, so we came down here, and I'll tell you what, we had a great time. The weather's a little cooler here, but it was a fantastic time. And here among the vineyard, sipping some wines, we had a really, really nice afternoon. I did manage to disrupt at bocce ball enough, but we didn't make it. Our team lost. They had a young little girl in there that just was a ringer, and she knocked us all down, so, oh well. I guess youth sometimes trumps age and treachery, so be it. Anyway, what I want to tell you about is something that is new. Now, I touched on this topic before just a little bit, and I'm going to do it again because it happened like the next day. So we had a topic where I talked about how coming out to someone, they had no idea who I was at all. They didn't recognize me even in the slightest. And I got to be honest, I get that. With so much that has been done and so much that I've changed, I don't look like myself at all. And someday I will share some before pictures with you, and believe me, it's going to knock your socks off, but we'll have to wait for that. I'm not ready, and neither are you, so down the road. So I went to go see the nurses at the injection clinic. I needed to get some immunizations for school. So I had to go get like a TB test, and I had to get immunization for tetanus. I had a Tdap shot, and I needed immunization for hepatitis A and B. So I went and did those things. And I also got my name change done and finished, and so they changed all my names in the medical records. And I realized it's all just that way now. Even my card, my little medical card would come in with my name on it the way it's supposed to be. So I go in, and I'm at the injection clinic, and the technicians are there. They're giving me shots and stuff. And we go down the list of things on the list, and the last one, number 5 on the list, is, are you pregnant? Amongst all the, are you sick, are you coughing, do you have a fever, are you pregnant on number 5? And this is odd. I mean, of all the things hormones do, I do have a little bit of the baby fever. And yeah, I mean, if they had that ability on the next surgery coming, I would actually opt for give me a kid, which is crazy. I'm nearly 50, and the last thing in the world I need is to add another mouth to my life. But don't ask me why. I definitely want one. I would definitely love to be pregnant and have a child, but for whatever reason, I'm assuming that's all hormones because I didn't feel like that before, but I do now. And don't ask me how that happens, but I guess that's a byproduct of the hormones. Anyway. So I said, hey, I'd love to be number 5, but that's just not going to happen. And the girl was like, well, you're not too old. You could. Do you still have your period? No. No, I don't. And after a couple of more jokes that I thought she would get, it just didn't work. So then I'm throwing him another joke about plastic bottles. And I'm like, I heard that drinking out of plastic bottles, has too much hormones in it. It messes up your hormones. I heard that the plastic manufacturing runoff in the creeks and streams was turning all the boy frogs into girls. And, I just don't know if I believe any of it because I've been drinking out of plastic bottles all my life and I'm perfectly normal. Nothing. They looked at me like I was, oh yeah, okay. Now that one usually kills. And I usually do it when somebody's drinking out of a plastic bottle. And a lot of times it's my trans friends, and so they're spitting water and go, what? It's like, drink your water and be happy. So these jokes went over like a lead balloon, and I'm like, what's going on? And I said, hey, on the screen, like, it has my medical history, right? And I had them look at it. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, where on the screen does it say that I'm trans? And they looked, what? Oh, it doesn't. You're not aware that I'm trans. And these two girls had their jaws drop and stare at me like, "You're what?" Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that's why number 5 is so funny and why drinking out of plastic water bottles is so funny. They were clearly astounded, and not even my nurses and technicians apparently know and don't realize and can't fathom. So that's a new thing in my life, and I just think that's like interesting. Like, oh my gosh, I have hit that phase. Great. Great? Yeah, it's weird. It's different. It's like, I honestly didn't know I'd get here. I didn't know this was going to be part of my life. I just figured, oh, well, I'll get close enough and most of the time will be fine. Apparently not. Apparently I've well surpassed that, and I have another year of improvement. So I'm astounded and excited all at the same time. It's very, very positive. Now, I want you to think about this for yourself for a minute. Maybe you feel like I did, like you'll never get there. Guess what? I'm thinking you probably will. I didn't think I was going to get there. And when I show you my old pictures, you're going to go, wow, how did you get there? I think you can too. I'd also like to know if you could leave me some comments down there. Has this happened to you? Is this going to happen to you? How do you feel about it happening to you in the future? Go down there and leave some comments about that. I want to know what you think. So, very different, right? I also went to get a headlight for my car. I don't know why my Volvo seems to eat headlights, but it does. It just eats headlights, and I'm not sure why. But again, I needed yet another headlight for my Volvo. Well, I do go up and down a dirt road all the time because I live out here in the country, but it just eats them. My other wagon did too. So I went to the auto parts store, I waited in line, I got my headlight, and the guy next to me in line says, "Oh, hey, if you come over to my place, I'll put that in for you. I have all the tools." And I said, "Oh, that's okay. I work at a machine shop, and I have all the tools too." "Whoa, you work on your own car?" I'm like, "Sure, you bet. I don't let little things like that slow me down. I find the information I need, and I do it myself." "Oh, well, a headlight or an oil change is one thing. Let me know when you need something serious done." I said, "Oh, what, like an engine overhaul or change the cylinder head?" And he goes, "Yeah, you let me know." I'm like, "Oh, I've already done 4 or 5 of those and built a couple motorcycles." The last time I rebuilt an engine, I did a really good job too. I had the crank turned. Yeah, 440 big block with a 400 crank with a 440 big block crank shaft in it. That's 451 cubic inch. That's a really good engine. Nice little stroker. Blew the guy's mind, of course. And for whatever reason, you talk boys to him, they get all wild. You talk boy to another boy, I don't know why. You talk gears and stats and motors, and they get wild. So, go figure. Anyway, after leaving there, I realized yet another person has no clue, never will have a clue, and that's fine. That's my world, and I like it. So, remember, you could probably have this for yourself too. It's doable. I didn't think it was going to happen for me, but you know what? Honestly, it's here. And it could be just as viably you as well. So don't give up. One day at a time, right? Just keep going. Remember, if you need some people to talk to, go over to transgenderpulse.com, make some friends. I'll put a link down below so you can go find them. Tell them Jackie sent you, and make sure that you make some friends. And if you need to use our resources, they have the most wonderful thing on the planet. They have a resource page with a therapist in your area. You can search by the area to find a therapist. If you don't find one right in your area, you can go over to Psychology Today. They have a little more expansive resource on finding a therapist in your area. Remember, if you don't have one, you need one. I don't care who you are. If you have trouble tying your shoelaces, if you've ever found a pen that didn't have ink, if you've ever not been able to find your car the first time you went in the parking lot, go get a therapist. If you breathe oxygen, go get a therapist. Hey, anyway, it's a treat for yourself. I love going. If by any means you want something special for yourself, just for you, something that makes you feel better about who you are and helps you be a better person down the road, that's why you get one. Anyway, I want you to take care of yourself, and remember, I care what's going on with you. It matters to me that you're doing well. Take things one day at a time. That's how I do it. That's how I've done it. That's why I've gotten to a place where I will never again have to say anything to anyone if I don't choose to. And I will never have to worry about who I am in public. So if that's important to you, one day at a time is all you have to manage. Take care of yourself. I know that I said I'd have a little update for you. What I want to do next for the Build a Girl series is pretty simple. It's not extravagant, but it's something that every girl has to do. It's just as simple as putting on some basic makeup. That's it. So the next series on Build a Girl will be basic makeup for your face. Every day, 10 to 15 minute routine. It's not extravagant, but it's what you go to work with, it's what you go out with your friends with, and it doesn't take a long time or cost a lot of money, so you can do it. Anyone can. If I can, you can. And that's what you see today. The same old thing I do all the time. It works really well, and I get compliments quite often. That's the update. So take care of yourself. Remember, I care what's going on with you. You just keep going one more day at a time. I'll see you next time. Bye. You know why I'm out here standing with all the grapes? That way I'm not the only fruit in the yard.